So this set came out like a month ago, but Toys R Us went under and my usual place to get sets early was therefore gone, and I now live out in the middle of nowhere, and so I don't have a Lego store near me either, and it was taking a while for Lego to get this set distributed to Walmarts and Targets, and eventually the movie came out and I wound up just hopping on Lego.com, paying $5 shipping, and now we have the Lego Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Realm Explorers set, and this one retails for $19.99. It has a piece count of 200. The set number is 76109. The recommended ages are 7 through 12, and that is just usually not how I say any of that, but I just totally winged it. But the point is, this set already disappointed me with its minifigures, and I talked about that in a previous video, but I still figured I'd pick it up for the really cool build and the Ghost minifigure. And some of you guys on Instagram wanted me to still review this set, and so now we're doing that to get it over with, and then I'm going to get back to working on my custom Ant-Man and the Wasp minifigures because they're taking longer than I wanted to make them, but they're turning out awesome, and that's going to be a thing soon. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so Scott Lang, Ant-Man here. If you're looking for positivity today, or if you're a Lego purist and you really believe Lego can do no wrong, this video might not be for you, but hey man, at least we got a really nice printed torso with a great design, fantastic printed legs, and a great printed design on the back as well. Lego nailed the entire minifigure, but the helmet and the helmet on the Wasp and the heads underneath, I mean, it's not as bad on the Wasp, but here, I mean, everything from the chest up is just awful. I mean, they recycled the inaccurate Ant-Man helmet from the 2015 sets, and back then it wasn't even accurate because they based it off of concept art that didn't make it into the movie. And so now we are left with this helmet again, 3 years later, in the year 2018. None of us really know how Lego's budgeting works, but for whatever reason, they opted to not make a new helmet for Ant-Man, our, lead character in the film, and he's also going to be taking a pretty huge role in Avengers 4, so I really hope they remedy this by then, because this is just not even... This is just not even okay, man, and it's honestly laughable, but it gets worse, as you can see in the background. And then we've got Henry Turner's face, who is, this is from the Pirates 5 sets last year. I mean, this is excusable. I mean, it's just a smile underneath. I mean, it's fine. I think the Ezra head from Star Wars Rebels works better, and then there's the alternative facial expression, but this minifigure had a lot going for it, and then Lego just recycled this helmet, and they ruined it, so that's great. Oh wait, don't forget, Ant-Man has a shrink gun. Man, Lego was really reaching with this one. And of course, it gets worse, like I said, with the new iconic Wasp minifigure here. I mean, good God. She looks like she works for the chum bucket or something. I mean, they reused the Invincible Iron Man helmet for this. When we got to this movie in the year 2018, 3 years later, I just didn't think it was going to get this bad. I just didn't think Lego was going to cut corners to this great of an extent. I mean, let's just compare the helmets. Here we have Wasp's helmet right next to the real thing. And I mean, good God, it's so bad. It's just... I don't even know what to say. It's just a light gray Invincible Iron Man helmet with a Wasp print slapped on the front. I don't even... And then to top it all off, we've got trans blue fairy wings. We couldn't even get something like the Parademons from Justice League. Nope, we've got trans blue fairy wings because don't you know Hope Van Dyne is Tinkerbell now, and we've got the Leia head underneath, which works. It's fine. And then there's the aggressive facial expression from that, but this helmet and the fairy wings are just amazing. No leg printing, so sorry Hope, but at least she gets a really nice torso print, and you've got the textures of the suits printed on there as well, which I forgot to mention with Ant-Man, but they are there. And then you have the pack on her back, and it's covered up by the fairy wings though, so it doesn't, it's can't really see it. This minifigure, I discussed this in the analysis video I did, and man, thankfully Ghost is not as bad. You can see this minifigure is fine. Honestly, my only complaint is I wish that maybe they could have incorporated some more white elements into the design, and maybe they could have given us a light gray hood, but who knows what kind of concept art they were looking at. At least the minifigure has some really good printing, like I said, on the torso and on the front of the head for her mouth, and then if we flip the minifigure around, of course we do have Ava's face printed onto the back there, looking all super devious and maniacal, which is not how she was portrayed in the movie, but that's fine. It's a minifigure. Who cares? There's the back of her suit. It's all there. The mesh and like the textures printed into the design. So, I mean, at least this minifigure is good, but man, the Wasp and Ant-Man, if you can even call these discount minifigures by their actual names, they really take away from this set. I mean, those helmets and the fairy wings, they just really do me in, man. Like, I don't even know what else to say other than this shot is out of focus. Oh yeah, and you also get a jar of Pym particles or quantum energy or whatever it's supposed to be. It's got a print on it for whatever reason. And then stud shooters. Okay, so the quantum vehicle, it's literally called just quantum vehicle, not even like quantum pod or anything, is great. This is honestly a fantastic build and looks just like the quantum pod vehicle thing in the movie. And I said, you know, how great this is in the analysis video that I did a couple months ago, and having it in person, it is even better. All the stickers just add so much detail, and where to begin? I guess now that I brought up stickers, there's a sticker here, there, and then on the top on those two slopes. And then the actual like dishes for the sides of the cockpit are both printed, which is fantastic. But Wasp couldn't get leg printing, so that's not fantastic. But the rest of this build is great. I mean, in terms of playability and features, it's all there. These like arms on the sides with all these really cool two pieces clipped in are on ball joints, and technically have like a landed position or a landing mode. You basically just point them down, and so that's kind of the idea there. It's cool, I guess. And then you can see we do have these like little robot arms for grabbing things when in the quantum realm, because I mean, let's be honest, if Hank found Janet down there and she looked all weird and ugly, I mean, I probably wouldn't let her into the cockpit anyway. I mean, she's been down there for like 30 years. So anyway, point is you take Henry Turner from Pirates 5, and then you see him in the one chair, because that's, you know, you couldn't fit both chairs in this thing. It's a Lego set. And then you just kind of adjust the analog sticks like I did perfectly to make it look like he's, you know, using the robot arms, and so that's great. And then that just folds over using a couple of basic hinges that you can see are clipped in there, and then the two dishes just fold onto the sides, and it works out really great. And again, there you have the robot arms, which are, you know, somewhat articulated in two different joints, so I mean, those work really well and can obviously grab onto Lego bars, or, you know, things that have Lego bars incorporated into them. And then you can see we've got some gold roller skates on the top with like the handle from a bucket, and so that's cool. And then all these like barrels that are used for the engines back here, the binoculars, the, you know, I mean, there's just so much detail on this build, and I think it really all just helps to make up for how bad some elements obviously were on Ant-Man and the Wasp in this set. So I mean, other than that, man, there really isn't a whole lot else to discuss here. Obviously you have like the bottom half, which kind of resemble like skis almost, obviously a lot more bulky and what have you. I mean, this is the quantum vehicle from the movie. I mean, it's great. It's just, as discussed previously, the minifigures are not. And by the way, I almost forgot, you have this trophy included, so there you go. Best grandma ever. Spoiler for the movie, sorry. And then there's the Wasp and the Ghost. And is this set worth $20? I mean, if you can get past the helmets and the fairy wings, then absolutely. Otherwise, skip it. I would personally have picked it up anyway, even if I wasn't reviewing it for you guys. I mean, I picked it up without even planning on reviewing it, so I mean, that goes to show. And yeah, I think that's it though, man. I don't really have much else to say. This set, like I said, it is not great, but hey, the price point is reasonable, and at least the Ghost minifigure and this quantum vehicle pod thing are pretty awesome. And so I think that's it. I'm gonna leave it there. And yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot there are stud shooters. Recreate thrilling scenes from Ant-Man and the Wasp. You're not going to believe it, but the box is a box, and my piece of poster board is also not big enough to cover the frame. I really got to hang up the blue one. But yeah, Ant-Man, actual size reference. It takes place in the lab. So there's that, and then there's the back with all the features that I hopefully showed you. And yeah, man. Do you know how annoying it is, Lego, when you're trying to build a set and your instruction manual is bent like this, and it keeps closing when you're trying to build it? We've got like 60 60 pages in this build, and then there's the Mark 50, advertising lego.com/life, and that's it. There's a parrot. All right, there you go. Yep, no skit. I didn't feel like doing one, and I figured I should save the, like, 2 ideas that I have for the actual showcase video, so apologize for that, but that's it for this set. If you did enjoy this review, maybe found it informative, or if it helped you in deciding as to whether or not you want to pick up a half-decent set, then definitely let me know, man, by dropping this video a like below, or don't, or you can drop a comment down below discussing the set, or don't. And yeah, I'm working on my own custom Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mentioned that at the start of the video, and probably one other time throughout this video, or maybe not. I don't record these clips in order. And I've been posting regular progress of them over on my Patreon, so check that out if you want to be the first to see all my custom minifigures first. And yeah, man. Other than that, I'm going to be posting photos of them over on the Twitter, which I just now finally got back, by the way. They restored my account. It took like 41 days. And also Instagram and Facebook and all those places. And yeah, I'm going to go. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you next time. All right. Bye-bye. User reviews say 4.4. That's generous. So this set came out like a month ago, but I already pretty much discussed it in the analysis video I did for the Ant-Man and the Wasp. What's this one called again? Where did I put the box? Quantum Realm Explorers. I forgot the Explorers part.